Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Yvonne, and for today's video we're gonna be doing a full face using new makeup. Some of this I received through Influencer, others I bought, and some I got for Christmas. So with that being said, the hair's already pushed back, my little pins, but either way, let's get started. And I'm gonna prep my skin how I usually do. And I usually go in with the e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. and Jen Atkin Mist, and it's the coconut one. And I feel like this just refreshes your skin and just kind of preps it. Okay, so this is in the shade light medium. So I'm just gonna apply it to the back of my hand. Oh, so that seems watery. Do you see it like sliding down my hand? So let's see how it wears. I feel like I accidentally grabbed too much. But let's try it out. It does look like it's a little light, but I feel like once it's blended out, it'll be fine. So this is what it looks like with just half the face. You can see that it does even out the skin tone. I did put some under my eyes just to see how it would look. Kind of does have a little bit of coverage. It might be a little too light for me, but that's okay because I'm gonna add more products to like kind of, and I feel like after all that it'll be fine. But I mean, it's not bad, and it's just one layer, so I feel like you can definitely build it because it does say sheer to medium. It is glowy. It's really nice actually. It doesn't feel sticky, doesn't feel thick, it feels like skin. All right, so the face is done, well, at least with the tinted hydrator. Keep wanting to call it tinted moisturizer. But this is what it looks like. It looks a lot more even. I feel like the little bit of redness that I did have is kind of calmed down. Does definitely glowy. You can see it does like have a natural glow to it. Doesn't look bad. Feels really nice. So that's that. And I'm gonna go in with the concealer. Like I said, I have not tried this concealer, so I have no idea how it's gonna look like, how it's gonna wear. Because I always use my Photo Focus one, and I was a little sad that they didn't have it. I literally stared at like all the products they had there trying to find it, but they didn't. So they have the Incognito Mega Last Full Coverage Concealer. It does have like that little flat applicator thing. So I'm just gonna apply it usually how I apply my other concealer. This might be too light. Light medium. Light honey. So this is a light honey, this is a light medium. Take my trusty beauty blender, and it's just a dry beauty blender. I find that works best. You can still kind of see like the bottom of my dark circles. Definitely brightened up the eye area. So let's add a little bit more, see if it does anything. All right, so that is what it looks like. I mean, definitely buildable. Can kind of still see it right there, but I think that's just me. Can tell that I did brighten up the area, maybe because it's also a little bit lighter than what I usually get, but it doesn't look bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set it before it starts to crease. And I don't have any new powder, so I'm just gonna use the same powder I always use. And it's not the Honest Beauty one, it's one from Tarte. It's like a sunscreen one, and I just put it in the container from the Honest Beauty powder because I didn't like the other container that it came in. So it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it's creasing, doesn't look cakey on the skin. It actually looks kind of nice. So I'm just gonna have to wait to see how it wears all day. How it creases, if it comes off. All right, so now that that is all nice and set, I'm gonna do my eyebrows with the color Stay with the semi-permanent brow ink. I'm kind of scared, to be honest, because I don't know how it's gonna turn out. And also I'm scared that I might go too heavy-handed. All right, let's go for it. So it looks like this. Looks like, it says it comes with the spoolie. Oh, it comes with the tiniest little spoolie. It's so small. I need a bigger one. I'm gonna be using the spoolie on this brush because this one has more like room to hold it. Okay, those are brushed. A little nervous. Dark brown. That's what it looks like. So you can definitely create like thin lines if you need to, but Okay, so you can definitely wipe it off if you need to, if you mess up, before it dries down. Alright, so that's with one brow done. I did like extend it a little bit because I always do that. Definitely looks a lot darker, a lot fuller. So I'm gonna finish off the other brow off camera and I'll be right back. The eyebrows are done. This is what they look like. I did make this one a little bit longer because this one ended up being longer. But other than that, it's not a hard product to use. It's pretty easy and it doesn't dry down super fast, so you have enough time to wipe it down if you need to, which is nice. And then it's easy to blend out with the spoolie, so if you want to make them look more natural, blend out the product in there. It looks really nice. So far I'm happy with it. Let's see how it wears out. It's supposed to last 3 days, so let's see how they look at the 3rd day. Alright, so that's done. Let's go ahead and go in with a little bit of eyeshadow, and this is the Revlon, what did I say? Apparently they're new shades, and it just says 560 stylish on the back. I'm gonna try to follow that on the back, the daytime look. So it looks like it has like the, see if I can open this first. Do you guys remember these? I remember in high school I would always use these to like apply my shadow like halfways and then do another shade halfways, but I would never blend them. So ugly. So I'm just gonna grab my little brush container because I'm not gonna use this, like, I don't know, I don't like those. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with a little eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna use my favorite brush of all time. This one's super old. So it looks like they take shade 2, which is this shade right here. You know what? Let's swatch them before we start. So I'm gonna start with the lighter shade and then just kind of work my way like, alright, so this one, ooh, looks really nice. Let's do it on the arm. Okay. They do feel a little powdery, a little chalky. They do have a lot of fallout, but we'll see how they wear on the eyes. And then because sometimes shadows swatch differently and wear differently. So this is the 2nd shade, a little darker. This one looks more terracotta-y, but let's see. Alright, for some reason this one doesn't seem as powdery as the other one. Maybe I grabbed too much on this one. It's actually a pretty color. Alright, so then we're going on to this darker one. I feel like I already have some shades like this. I do have that Urban Decay, really old palette actually. Alright. So it looks like with the darker shade. Not bad, not bad. Looks darker in the pan than it does once it's on here. And the last one, it's like this gold coppery, it's more of a coppery color actually. It's, ooh, that's really pretty. Really, really pretty. See how it swatches? All right, that's how it swatches. Very, very pigmented. Very nice. All right, now let's try them out, but first let's wipe this off before I get it all over myself. Start with shade 2. And I'm gonna use, I need a mirror. I'm gonna use the mirror in this palette. So shade 2, I'm like running out of space in my desk. All right, so I'm gonna see, let's see. So this one is shade 1, no, shade 1, shade 2, shade 3, and shade 4. So shade 2 is this one and it's going on the crease. I'm gonna grab a little bit, just dip it, barely touching it. And we're gonna start blending it on the creasy. So it doesn't have a lot of fallout, but at the same time, I'm not grabbing a lot of shadow. Just grabbing enough to give me a little bit of color. This is how my dogs are sleeping right now. Look at that. They're like best friends right now. Okay. So I think that's good enough for the crease. This is a daytime look, so I don't want it to be too intense. And also I'm just gonna be home. That's done. What's next? Shade 1 all over the lid, which is that lightest shade. I'm gonna take this flat eyeshadow brush. It's a small one. So it's the first shade, and I remember I said it was a little powdery. At least it was when I swatched it. Because it looked a little, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks powdery right here. So we'll see how it wears. Just gonna press that shade on there. And it even looks powdery when I lift it. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like little chunks of eyeshadow on there. Can you guys see the shadow? You can barely see it. I feel like this one, you need a lot more in order for it to show up. Tapping motions is better than swiping it on there. You can deposit the product. You can apply the product a lot better. Okay, and I'm just gonna blend it out with that eyeshadow brush, the other one. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of like that same shadow on right here, just to kind of tie the whole look together. Okay, and then for the day look, they don't use the shimmery look, coppery shade. They just use the darker shade as liner. So let's do that. I'm gonna use this brush, and it's from e.l.f. This was from also the e.l.f. and Jen Atkin collab they did in the summer. And I really like this eyeliner brush. I use it every time I do like a shadowing because it's just thin enough. So I'm gonna just fill in along my lash line. And sometimes I prefer to fill in the lash line with shadow because it looks more natural, and then you can easily blend it, like diffuse it out to like smoke it out. All right, so that is what it looks like. I just did it very minimal, but it does look a little fuller, especially out here in the outer corner. There we go. So that's that. That coppery shade is really gorgeous. But like I was saying before, and I never finished my sentence, but I feel like I already have these shades. Let me show you guys. I feel like some of these shades can be found in the James Charles palette or in the Naked Heat. And yes, these palettes are old. Very old. But okay, so I mean, it's not bad for a little quad. I feel like this is super easy to take with you if you're gonna like travel and you only want to use the certain shades. I feel like this is perfect. I don't know about this though. Like I feel like this isn't gonna do anything besides like, because I feel like sometimes shadows apply better with brushes than they do with these thingies, and it's better to like tap it in there. I don't know. I just don't like these. Maybe I'll try this one day, but that's just me. Okay, so for the eyeliner, should I do eyeliner? I don't think I'm gonna do eyeliner, but I'll just swatch it for you guys. This is their one, so there's what? 1 coat, 2 liquid. That's what it says right there. 1 coat, 2 liquid. Color stay, it lasts all day. Interesting. But I feel like a lot of makeup products out there claim to last all day, especially eyeliners. Liquid liners, I do believe that they last all day because they dry down, stay put. As for pencil liners, I tend to be kind of like, do you really last all day? Because I feel like they're easy to smudge out. But that's just me. All right, so this is the pencil side. Very chunky. It's kohl pencil. And on the little label of packaging, the model on there did have like a thick eyeliner on her eyes. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but let's just swatch it. Let's just do it right here. Very smooth. Definitely build it if you want it to be more intense. Does it blend out easily? Let's see. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. So you can blend it out, but at the same time, I feel like it just dries down and it kind of stays in place. But it's definitely easy to smudge out, especially like you rub your eyes or something. But it does have a little bit of like shimmer. I don't know if you guys can like see it on the camera. Like barely, but it does have a little bit of shimmer. Interesting. I wonder if the liquid one has shimmer. So on the other side is the liquid one. Oh. I'm not a big fan of these kind of brushes. I prefer like the felt tip ones. This one's like an actual brush on there. Because I feel like this one, it just changes its shape so often. Like if you put too much on there or too little, I don't know. I just prefer like the felt tip ones. Okay, let's put this down before I spill it all over me. It's definitely a lot more pigmented than the pencil. Like it's a lot blacker than the pencil. You know what? Let's see if I can make the pencil side that shade, like that dark. Oh, you're just drawing on me, on myself. All right, So I like the liquid one a lot better than the pencil, just because the black is more like intense and it dries down because it's a liquid liner. But let's put it to the, you know what? Let's put it down here because it's like so close to the other one that it's gonna smudge both of them. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that kind of tip that it has on there. I prefer a felt tip, kind of like, or a marker. Like that's more of like a felt tip. That's what I like because it keeps its shape. Versus, yeah, that's the only one I have. Versus a brush like that, because it's, I don't know. See, let's wait for it to dry down and then we'll smudge it. So for mascara, I don't have a new mascara. I'm just gonna use the Maybelline Sky High. All right, lashes are done. I didn't show you guys because it's the same routine I always do. Same way I apply my mascara over and over. All right, so this is almost done drying. Does take a while, maybe because I applied it too thick, but let's just wait a little bit longer. So moving on to bronzer while we wait for that liner to dry so we can put it to the test. I'm gonna be using the, is it Madeira bronzer. It's a luminizing powder from RMS Beauty. Love the packaging, like I said earlier. And I have been struggling to open this. And I'm just gonna take a powder brush. It's the same brush I always use when I do my bronzer. But first, let's swatch it to see how it is. Looks like that. It is a luminizing powder, so it does have a little bit of shimmer to it. I believe it does. So that's what it looks like when you swatch it. Let's add it down here. Looks really pretty on the skin. Okay. So it looks like on the brush. Might have grabbed it too much, but I'm just gonna like slowly just dab it in there. It looks really nice on the skin. It looks natural, but at the same time it just makes your skin look very glowy, very healthy looking. Let's do the other side. Again, I'm just kind of stamping it in there instead of like swiping it on there. I feel like it just makes it look better, and you kind of just blend it into the skin for that like natural look. I don't think I've ever gotten my nose to look like that. Looks kind of nice. Okay, let's add a little bit down here, just a tiny touch, whatever's left on the brush. I feel like this could also be a good shadow if you don't have any like shadows or anything and you want to put some shadow on. This is a really good one. This is really pretty. I don't know if it sells individually. I'm gonna look it up real quick. All right, so it does retail, like you can definitely buy it by itself. It retails for $38, and it looks like they also have highlighting powders, like luminizing highlighting powders or something. But this one is really pretty. I feel like you can definitely like use it, I know, as bronzer, eyeshadow, apply it all over your body. When I see the word luminizing, I'm not gonna lie, I always think it's gonna be really, really shimmery, and it's not. Like, it still has a little bit of glow, but it just looks so good on the skin. Like, it looks sun-kissed, in other words. All right, so moving on to blush, and I'm gonna be using the Lip to Cheek in the shade Twilight Kiss. And I'm gonna see if they have it on its own. So it looks like this one just comes with the little collection, the Twilight Kiss, because I'm just looking them up right now and I don't see it. It could just be like one of those that come with the collection. All right, so I'm gonna swatch it. And with cream blushes, oh, that is very sheer. Can you guys see that's like, with cream blushes, I usually apply them with a brush. Okay, that's a little bit more color. Let's apply it right here. Ooh, it's very nice. I'm just gonna apply it with the brush, the sibling brush that I always use. Just dab it in there. Let's grab a mirror. Wow, can you guys see that? It doesn't look as intense as it on camera than it does like in person. Like, I can definitely see it like right here. It's a beautiful color. Definitely ties in the whole look together. I can definitely see myself wearing this, like this shade, a lot. You can definitely build it if you do want it to be more intense. A little bit on the nose, just a scotch. All right, that's what it looks like. It's very sheer, like on camera it looks very sheer, but on here you can definitely see it. Just gives your cheeks that like warm wash of color, like you've been out in the sun all day. You know what, I can definitely see this more of like a beachy look, like something I'd wear like if I was at the beach, you know, on the sunny, during the summer, you know, just very sunny. So that was the shade Twilight Kiss. You can definitely add more, but they don't have it, they don't sell it by itself. I think it's just one that comes with the collection. And then the next we have is the tinted lip balm in the Sunset, in the shade Sunset Lane, and I already swatched it for you guys a little earlier. But before I put that on, let's check on the eyeliner. I think it's completely dry. And it looks like it's staying put, which is why I'm telling you guys I love a little bit. Once you like really dig in there, it starts to move. But overall, I just love liquid liners because they stay on all day. Okay, let me check to see if you can buy this one by itself. It looks like you can. They have like 5 shades, and these usually retail for 20 bucks. And like the lip to cheek cream blushes retail for like 30 some bucks, I think. $36. They retail for $36, but like I said, they don't have this shade. They have other shades, and then the tinted lip balms retail for $20. So this looks like a very natural color, almost looks like my lip color. Okay, definitely did give my lips that more like, my lips are really dry right now, so that's why you see like little flakes on there, like it's my lip. I need to exfoliate them. It definitely is more of a nude shade on me, but it does have like that sheer glossy look. Feels nice on the skin, doesn't feel like lipstick. You know that lipstick feel, like you can feel it on your lips. You can't feel it, but it just looks nice. Very comfortable actually. And it definitely is hydrating, because I know sometimes lipsticks tend to be a little drying on the lips, especially if they're more of like a heavier formula, but it feels nice. Definitely more of a nude shade on me. Alright, so that was everything for this look. I'm definitely happy with how it turned out. Definitely this is more of a nude shade on me, like I said earlier. But I really like how it looks. It looks really nice, very comfortable on the lips actually. The shadow, it's holding up pretty well. It looks really nice. I really thought the shades were gonna be, like the eyeshadows were gonna be chalky. When I was swatching it, one of them was really powdery, very chalky feeling, but no, I mean, they look really nice. I didn't have any issues with them. I definitely do think you had to do more of like a patting motion instead of a swiping motion when you're applying them on the lid. Alright, but anyways, before I keep talking and blabbing on and making this video 100 years long, thank you so much for being here. And if you want to see more looks like this, me trying out new products, please like this video, comment down below anything you want me to try. But overall, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!